Good evening, everyone, and welcome along. This is BoATV. This is the Pro Series, and this is the main event of the evening. We're here at Brands Hatch for a 30-minute sprint race, and we're joined by the one, the only, it's Big Al. How are we doing, Al?
I'm doing all right, mate. Yeah, just looking forward to another race at another British track. No, but just I don't think it's a sprint race tonight, is it? It's an hour race.
So I've already cocked that off, haven't I?
So we are in for the pro race. They do race for an hour. The GTA, they race for half an hour. Pro-Am also race for an hour. So yeah, we're here at Brands Hatch. Cracking little circuit.
Glad we got the voice of reason in my ears tonight of Big Al, and yeah, we'll get cracking with this one. An hour of racing, and you know, the community is known of a bunch of amateurs. That is only the comms team, including myself. These guys here are a bunch of professionals.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. The racers are the professionals. It's us that the idea who don't know what language they speak in Brazil. Yeah, but moving swiftly on. So we've got 18 drivers. So almost a full grid. We have thrown into the mix of variable weather. So we had nice sunny weather in the free practice session. We've got cloudy weather in the qualifying. So will we see some changeable weather? So that's sort of throw a spanner in the works. Have they done their practice? Have they got their setups? They got their damp setups, their wet setups. I don't quite think it's going to be flooded, but it's certainly going to be changeable.
Yeah, and it proved some great dramatic racing yesterday when we covered the Academy Series. Brands Hatch as well, always on the edge of adhesion around here. If you push it a bit too much, the grass, the gravel, and the barriers will be there to catch and punish you. And yeah, one of the old school, really challenging circuits, and good to see another new name amongst the grid as well, who we're going to have to keep an eye out for. Mr. LMW car number 985, looking a bit tasty in the free practice. And the Ferrari's looking strong today, Al.
Yeah, hopefully they're a strong car, because that's what I drive. But we will see tomorrow night in PC. So yeah, we've I think there's 5 of them in the grid tonight, because obviously LMW was promoted from Pro-Am. So all looking good. We will see. We'll trigger. Put that Bentley up top. Yeah, why?
So the voice in Al's head has returned. Don't worry, we are working on the situation.
I am now.
So Gaitaz has kicked off with a 25.560, very representative lap there for him, and it's good to get a banker in around this tight and twisty circuit. Just give you the confidence to keep on pushing. So it's currently Ferrari, Mantella in second, Sipex now into third, and Bound and I in fourth. Surfless, we're hoping for a good race for him. He's been in the wars recently, and yeah, 11 minutes to go of this session. Plenty of time to get some scores on the doors.
Yeah, Surfless not having a good time of it so far this season. Last week, I think did he retire early, I think, or he was finishing fairly near the bottom. So, but yeah, just needs to settle down, take a few deep breaths, and come out fighting.
Yeah, come out with a flying kick. But what stands out for me in that last race was the synchronized spinning. And I'm not laughing at Surf, by the way. I feel for Surf. Couldn't meet a nicer bloke, even though I've not actually met him. You know.
See him trucking along. See him driving his truck around the streets of Europe. And he transported a lorry full of Xbox X Series at one point.
Oh wow! So I'm probably talking to you from what he's delivered.
Yeah,
he has delivered.
Yeah. Not sure, because I think they were off to Germany, but I think it was under a security guard as well. Yeah, there's a lot of lot of money there. Yeah.
So, talking of LMW, that man has just banged it there at the top. The first man, I think. No, it's not the second man now into the 24. It's 24.942 for car number 985. And that's an early statement of intent. And I'm going to have to think up a name for LMW, what that's going to stand for.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat what's your thoughts are on that. Be polite.
Yeah, there's nothing's coming to mind. Nothing that I can broadcast anyway.
Yeah, large man. Well, I've got a few ideas, but it'll be nice.
So, illustrious. I can't even remember what he's called. The guy behind the scenes, the
dictator. I mean, the director.
The dictator. Yeah, the dictator. He's come out with something, but it's definitely not my. Yeah. Definitely not broadcastable.
So let's have a bit of a recap.
So Trigger, 24.4 he's just put in now. So he's definitely put the. He's definitely come in with some intent. That's for sure. So it just goes to show that you come in at GTA level, you work your way up one season, and then you do well at the beginning of a season. Somebody drops out, you jump up, and bang, you're now leading pro. Simple as that.
Yeah, we are 2 rounds in, completed of this 7-round championship. We kicked off at Alton Park, Trigger taking victory there. We then headed to Barcelona, and we got a repeat. Trigger taking maximum points. So in terms of the driver's standings, Trigger leads the charge on 50 points, and then we got another Bentley in P2, then Jay Jones, Boundenai, Bump Stop, Mantella, Gaitas, Ginger Geo, Sipex, Sarosa, Prawnstar, McNossa, Migran, Banjo, Lilmon Syndrome, Surfless, Hohookin, Galea, Physics, and Kool-Aid. Your 20 drivers for the Pro Series. And of course, LMW, he looks like he could be banging for some points today.
Yeah, certainly. He certainly can. He's only 3 races into the season, so there's still a chance for him to do well. Though it's only a short season, we're only seven races in this season, so but there's 25 points up for grabs, and he looks like he's pushing 24-1 now. So he looks like he's blowing them. He's come in and absolutely blowing the field away.
Okay. So, yeah, we're at Brands Hatch today. We then head to Bathurst. Oh, looking forward to Bathurst. What an epic racetrack next week. Then Paul Ricard's Snetterton. That will be a real Marmite one for a few of these lads. And then Imola to cap it off.
Looking forward to all of those apart from taking a bath.
You're looking forward to Snetterton?
Yeah, I don't mind Snetterton. I've had some good results at Snetterton.
You need to lie down, mate.
Especially in the GT4.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I've driven it enough, not given it enough attention.
I'm just on board with our current pole sitter, going for a flying lap, using all the track and some. And that's the art to this racing. Use as much as the track as you can, but without going off the edge.
Yeah, there's a few places that you do have to nip a couple of the corners to maximise the angle of attack, or short, should I say.
Dingledale's one of them. Just halfway round, as you crest the hill, is a blind right-hander known as Dingledale. It used to be a chicane back in the day.
Dingle,
So
what a name.
Yeah, so that's after you've had the two big right-handers, you drop down the hill and then back up again. So you go through the dip. And that blind right-hander used to be a chicane. This track's designed it's not designed to have these cars around. It's designed as a motorcycle track, as most UK tracks are. I think the only sort of exception to that one is Silverstone.
Yeah, quite a narrow circuit in nature, and I was lucky enough to go to the World GT Series here, and seeing them trying to go 2x2 up at Druids and that, it is a sight to behold. We're going to get plenty of that today.
Yeah, we used to go here for the World Superbikes. The World Superbikes Championship used to come on a Friday, and we ended up one weekend or one Friday. We ended up getting tickets for free. As you go down the main straight on the left-hand side, there's two glass-fronted buildings. We ended up in one of those.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
VIP, eh?
Yeah. My mate was sick because he was supposed to have come with us, but he couldn't get the day off work. So of course we phoned him. Guess where we are? Literally right opposite the pit exit. And then another year, my brother used to work for Suzuki. He did some work for Harris Suzuki, and got us free paddock passes. And it was funny. We were introduced to Jamie Whittam, and Jamie Whittam came up above. If you don't know, Jamie Whittam is a British motorcycle racer, and he came down the stairs and he went, "All right, lads," and we both just went, like a couple of absolute mongs we were. I was like, oh my God. We both just looked at each other. My brother just looked at each other and went, oh my God.
That's the great thing about the GT series as well. It's very accessible. I mean, you can't go in the paddocks just generally of the GTs, but then you can have the support series as well. You can get down into the support race paddock here at Brands Hatch. You can go and see the Ginettas up close and personal, and all the other cars that they're running along there, and see them really getting under the bonnets. You can see the drivers preparing, talking to their engineers about setups and that, and yeah, definitely something to recommend. Forget the F1s and all that if you want accessibility, especially the Brit GT series. It's a great one to get down to, and a lot of the guys as well running the cars that you'll see there. So 2 minutes 25 remain of this qualifying session, and LMW has absolutely smashed it. He's in danger of actually getting into the 23s at this point. Gaitaz is there. He's the closest contender at the minute. Sarosa third. Trigger has got a fight on his hands, Al.
He has today, yeah, definitely. Gaitaz had a bad week last week, dropping way back down the field. Sarosa, I think, didn't finish the race, so they've come back out today, come out fighting. But they weren't expecting to see LMW at the top there. That's for sure. A big surprise.
Yeah, I feel he's going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. You know, we've seen Trigger get a lightning start, get off into the distance, and control the race.
Yep.
I think that is gone. He's had his chance. He's like Jensen Button back in the day in that Brawn. Got off to a quick start in the championship, and now everyone's going to be starting to catch him up. And he's going to have a fight on his hands. Remember, Trig was doing well last season, nipped at the post, and your reigning champion is Jay Jones, down in P11. The Bentley not doing big boaty things today.
Just keep an eye on your timing screens. There you are. There's a sucker punch from Trigger up into second place. Cracking lap there.
Yeah, he definitely heard me there, didn't he? 1 minute to go in qualifying. 21 degrees here at Brands Hatch. And no rain so far. The session is held all on the day, so I doubt we'll get a drastic twist here. The big twist is LMW. He's called it a day. Currently on provisional pole of the 24-1. What are you seeing out?
Ooh, I'm just on board with Trigger. I'm just going to leave it there, to be honest. But yeah, we need to keep an eye on the timing screens.
Yeah, due to this quick circuit, we're going to get them coming thick and fast. Angry Mantella has had enough, as well as Banjo, Migran, Lil Mun, Surplus, Jay Jones, Kool-Aid. It's up to the rest. Ginger Geo, only one not to set a time in his NSX, is going to get one more crack at it because the checkered flag has just come out.
So Chigga just coming around the final corner. I don't know what his time is. I've come off his timing screen now, but let's see what he can do. His foot's flat to the floor and he goes. Oh! Trigger, oh man, well, back at you, LMW.
So Rosa,
there you go.
To third.
Wow. He
heard us talking.
Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing.
And the
yeah,
gap,
he was 4/10
the
up. Yeah, he was 4/10 up when I was on board with him. I thought I'll come off and see what he does. And he must have maintained that 4/10. And has taken pole position, unless Mr. Sipex can do anything.
McNose has banged himself up onto the second row, P3, and not too far.
Ooh.
Off the top two there. As a great lap at the def.
Hey.
The Bentley's coming good.
Tipex comes around the penultimate corner. Just him and Hohoko. Oh no, Hohoko's finished. So, no, Mr. Sipex doesn't go any quicker.
Here's Ginger Geo. Pops himself into P15. His only valid lap.
That is your grid. Trigger taking pole position by 2.5 hundredths of a second. Noza 2.5 tenths back. Sarosa, Gaetaz, Banjo, Migron, Sipex, Angry Mantella, Little Monsindro rounds out your top 10. So who's Jay Jones back down there in 12th position? I wouldn't expect him to be down quite that far.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough circuit as well. Like, it's going to be tricky to overtake around here. You can easily get caught in a train if you've got a bit of a slower car in front of you. You know, that lead pack can really extend, and before you know it, you could find yourself potentially a lap down or so. So a lot of work to do for the reigning defending champion of the Pro Series. But this is big BoA racing. This is the Pro Series. We've got 3 minutes before the race start. If you fancy getting involved, we've got racing on Saturdays in the Academy. Sundays is the home of your GT3 action. Mondays on the PC, so we're Xbox, PC, and then we head to Tuesdays, and we've got the GT4s. And what we got coming on, is it Wednesday out? Is it
Ferrari Challenge? Yeah, we've got the Ferrari Challenge. So we've in the Ferrari, and I believe we've got 3, if not 4, of the Italian circuits. Or we've got 3 Italian circuits and then 1 other. So I can't think what the other circuit is, and I'm sure someone's going to whisper in my ear right now.
No, I'm not even going to whisper. I'll jump on the mic for this one. Right, we've got Laguna and the 3 Italian tracks, Misano, Monza, and Imola. So yes, all Ferrari tracks, and Laguna was the one that was voted. Laguna, the Ferrari at Laguna is a beast. So it'll be a sick race. I'm racing on the PC. I think we're pretty much full up on the Xbox already on that one. And then, yeah, we've got the Endurance League coming the end of March. Me and Rick were talking about the details. It's going to be tied in with the SRO one as well. The main, like the big one. So,
okay.
Yeah, there you have it.
Jolly good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I will slip back into my hole. Good luck, guys.
Enjoy the qualifying there, Mr. Producer.
Yeah, Trigger pulling it out last second there.
Thank you very much. Back in your box.
That's up. Oh, I didn't press my hotkey first. See you later, you
So hey, dearie me. So 19 cars on track. Almost a full grid. Prawn Star back of the grid, so what can he do from back there? Not used to seeing him quite that far back down the grid.
Yeah, and he's not going to be able to pull out his normal shenanigans in terms of the pit stop strategy. Remember, it's just fuel for these boys, so you can't go with...
Of course, yes.
Maybe he can. Let's not put it past him.
You can get. You've still got to stop it and start it again, haven't you? I think that's the biggest gain that can be had if you can get it stopped quick and get it away off the line quickly. A lot of people are relying on the auto start, which you lose 2 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds during the auto start. But that's not. I'm not giving trade secrets away.
Well, I'm guilty of that, I can tell you, because I am an amateur. I'm a big...
Yeah, I've got a start button
amateur.
On me, what do they call it? What was it?
You got a button
Binded.
box?
Yeah, no, not a button box, but I binded a button on my steering wheel to start that. So literally when it gets to 1 second, I push the start button and foot flat to the floor, and literally it drops and it's gone.
You're on the PC, though?
You can do it on the Xbox as well.
You can, but you got limited buttons. I've got a load of buttons. I've got the Sparko rim on my one, and I wish I could bind them all. Something that they definitely need to look at, because it'll definitely help adjust things throughout the race itself. But here we go, 1 formation laps before this 1 hour race. 10 o'clock local time, so the locals here will have a bacon butty and a cup of tea at the ready in terms of this one. But it's your Sunday night racing, the main event, the Pro Series, and these boys always deliver on circuit. What bold predictions here?
I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to go for McNosa. I think the 2 front guys are going to get tangled up, and I think Manosa's going to say thank you very much, and yeah, McNosa win. There you go, putting it out there.
So I'm going to reckon LMW for the win, the debut win for the big man at the top. I'm going to say physics for, let's go with a top 6 finish. And what else can we pick out? Jay Jones in the top 5. As Rory loves to say, let's race! This is the home of your GT3 action, BoATV. Remember to like, subscribe, and get involved in the action. Drop a comment as well. Let us know who you're rooting for today, what your favourite car is, and if you want to get involved, let us know. Get you an invite into our Discord community. It's ever growing, and BoA is where the racing's at.
Certainly is. Nice community we've got going. Xbox community's pretty well established. PC is establishing. So as they're coming down into the final corner, they're in the side-by-side formation, jostling, just getting that little bit of extra track space before that green light. The green flag drops and we go racing.
Here we go. 1 hour of Brands Hatch is coming right up here. The man who's won the first 2 races finds himself again on provisional pole. He's got a new contender in the form of LMW. Can he take the charge to the championship leader? It's green, green, green here at Brands Hatch.
It's all good so far. Looks all very good through the first corner, very clean through the first corner from what I can see. Can't see up front, but into the hairpin they all go. Doesn't seem to be any contact so far. What a great start, guys. Pat on the back.
And the pinch comes down into this King left hand. Here we got contact further back. That looks like a Ferrari has been spun. The yellow and black Ferrari. Looks like not too much damage caused there. Who was it?
I think it was Little Mon.
Yeah, you're quite right about that.
Yeah. So Trigger out in the lead, followed 6/10 back by LMW, and Nossa was obviously was hoping for that tangle. It didn't come, so Nossa sits in 3rd place. So we are, I think Gaitaz has got up to 4th place from 5th. Good start there from Banjo. Good start from everybody, to be honest. So now it's get your head down and let's get some racing. So Gaitaz it's closing up on McNosa. It's only half a second behind him. Sipex. So we've got a bit of a train with Sarosa, Banjo, Sipex and Angry Mantella all going into turn 1, bunching up.
And what a corner that is, coming down the hill, use all that curb on the exit.
Oh, there's contact. Angry Mantella just outbraked himself. Little tap into Mr. Sipex, no real damage done. Just slowed him down a bit. There might have been a bit of damage in the back of Sipex's car. Difficult to see. It's all bunched up in the middle there.
Looks like Prawns had an early incident as well, because he's at the back with Little One, about 4 seconds off the pack, but it looks like everyone is within a second or so of each other, which is good to see early on, but it's business as usual for Trigger. A second lead, he's pulled out, a great start to this race, and the front two are already checking out 2 seconds to McNosser now.
Just looking at the weather forecast for the next half an hour, we have a dry race, but that doesn't mean to say that it's not. So then we will be looking at a change of tyres. So what have these guys done with fuel? Have they fueled up for the whole race? A quick splash and dash to minimise the pit stop time, or are they banking on it being wet at some point and fueling up as well? I don't think it makes a great deal of difference, to be honest. The amount of fuel you carry.
I mean, on a circuit like this, surely you go a bit heavier, especially if you've got a good grid position. Try and extend as much as possible. Mantella is really under charge right now. But yeah, try a whole track position.
Been there, done that.
Here we go, 56 minutes on the clock here at Brands Hatch. If you're enjoying the action, remember to like, subscribe, and give us a comment below on what you're enjoying here. You can find us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, you name it. You know, type in BoA Esports on the older Google as well, and you will find us on there. You can keep up to date with all the standings goings on, and if you want to get into the Discord as well, you can also do that. And everyone's starting to push the boundaries a bit hard now.
We've got a battle between Sarosa, Banjo and Sipex, although Banjo just going wide at the penultimate corner, punching the mile up. There's 3-4 cars going into the final corner all at the same time. Banjo sitting there going, leave me alone.
Mantella driving angry today as well. That Ferrari is moving around a lot.
Talking of which, for the inside again. That's the second contact.
Watch the double tap there, and that's going to give Migran the run. We're going to go 2 by 2. Surplus and Migran around the outside. Oh, you'll love to see it. Jay Jones there lurking in the background, saying, "I'll have a piece of this pie." And Migran's going to go up the inside. Going to get the position here. Surplus fancies a piece. Migran on the grass. Here comes Jay Jones. Where do you look?
Goodness me, 6 cars in the space of 2.
Oh, it's beautiful.
As they drop down, Pilgrim's drop down into the first right-hander, and I can't even think of the name of this corner. I know it's an I think it's an ex-motorcycle racer. They slide around that right-hander. Sheen curves. There you go.
That's Sheen. Not Charlie Sheen.
No. Good old Barry Sheen. Oh, we have Banjo now stretching away. He's taking advantage of this. Those guys fighting behind him. So we've got Sipex, Migron, Angry Mantella, Surplus, Jay Jones, even Kool-Aid, even Bowden, even Ginger. Goodness me, they're just in a queue, just waiting for the next one to make a mistake. So all the way down to 16th place. So from like 7th to 16th, all within one corner.
Mantella really pushing Migran along here. Lexus is looking good though. He's put up an early fight, and good to see Migran up there. Surplus up to 10th already. Mantella just showing his face up into the entry there. And mid-ground maybe defending a little bit. Maybe costing a bit of exit speed. Up top.
You're going, I was just going to say the name, but go for it. So Trigger up front, now pulling a 2.1 second lead, asserting his authority on this race. McNosa 1.6 seconds back, Gaitas a further 1.8, and then a 4-second gap back down to 5th place with Serosa. But it looks like Banjo's catching him as well. We're going to have a little fight for 5th place, whereas at the moment we've got a battle for Sipex has now just edged away. Oh, we've got a spinner, Migron at the penultimate corner, so he's now out of that battle. But put Surplus, yeah, he has. Surplus up into 8th place, so he's having a good run. He'll be happy with the job he's doing so far.
Front end on that Ferrari looks very second-hand now. He's traded paint a few times, Mantella.
Yeah.
It costed him a bit of corner entry confidence there. Getting a bit of a wiggle on. Galea's going to have a go at angry Mantella. He's not going to be happy about that.
And down the inside. Oh, there's a little tap. Touch. Both parting of the waves there.
Oh, little Mon's coming.
The yellow Ferrari going to go through. I'll have some of that, he says.
Representing the BoA colours there.
So Prawn makes up a couple of places there. So he's up to 15th. Physics in 14th. He's made a couple of places as well. So it's still just stretching away now. Ooh, Physics having a bit of a sideways moment there. Coming out of Dingle-Dell. So Trigger out in the lead. He's now stretched his lead to 2.5 seconds. From LMW, and then McNosa back in 3rd place. So that's your current podium. Still looks like it's going to be dry for the next half an hour. So it looks like no rain. So it was set to variable, so we could have had anything from a fast track all the way through to a nice wet track. We've seen whether it rains later on. As they say, time will tell.
Yes, indeed. And we've got our first car servicing in pit lane. That's car number 14, the Lexus of Galea. It's coming for an early stop. Maybe caught up in a bit of traffic there. And let's see, he's going to be careful not to go a lap down at this stage here. Maybe the leaders will pass him. Talking of the leader, Trigger now with a 2.8 second advantage. McNosa closing in on the Ferrari in P2, LMW in a Bentley sandwich. Galea will find himself a lap down as he rejoins just behind McNosa, I believe.
Yep. A nice little bit of clear air for him. Not have to worry about too much going on behind him.
And it's not the worst thing having one of the lead cars just in front of you. You can try and, I mean, just carry a bit of their pace, if that makes any sense. Up ahead, Surplus battling with Serosa. Sipex just ahead as well. Good start for Surplus. P8.
I see. Serosa, what number is Serosa? Where's he gone?
Car number 900. McNosa just edging himself closer to P2. He can do his fellow Bentley a favour here by starting to apply the pressure and get that Ferrari looking in the rear view rather than forwards. Some good battles here. Sipex downwards. Are we ready with that out?
Yeah, we are. We've got a replay of Serosa. See what's happened to him. So he comes into the first corner and you can see him slide and then his back end's gone back the other way into the gravel. And that's, I think, 4th or 5th place gone past him. And loses another place in the hairpin. Yep, that's him back down to, I think, 8th place now. Back to the action.
So Rosa wants that place back. Surf is in between him and his teammate Sipex just up ahead.
Surf's fighting there, isn't he? It's only 7/10 back. Let's see, with Rosa just behind him, and then Jay Jones just right behind him as well, followed by Kool-Aid. So Kool-Aid's having a good. So people having some good races today, taking advantage of other people's misfortunes maybe, but like Surfless Banjo up into 5th place. That's a cracking drive for Banjo. I believe he's at maybe still on a controller.
Oh wow, that's mightily impressive and also disheartening.
Yeah, I've just been confirmed that Banjo is on a controller. I think the only other controller may be Prawn Star, who's not having the best of races. Everybody else using the steering wheel of all guises. We've got Fanatec users out there. We've got Thrustmasters. We've got Logitech users. You name it, they're using it and using it to good effect.
On that owl, what a name, Thrustmaster. It sounds like something that should be late night TV show. You know what I mean? It
certainly did. I almost bought one for that very reason, and then realised it was a steering wheel. I was like very disappointed when it arrived in the post.
The Thrustmaster 3000.
I tell you, the wife was even more disappointed.
Oh, Sipex is going to lose the position. Surfless has got him. He's got him, and Surfless is on the charge. P7 for the Lexus. So Rosa, he's going to try and maybe call some team orders here in the battle of the Audis because he looks like he's got the pace. Jay Jones and Kool-Aid are also catching this battle up ahead.
Yeah, Sipex not having a good time of it there. He's got off the track again, so he's lost 3 places. Nearly, probably 4 places he's going to lose now. But he's gone back from 6th. He's gone back down to, well, it will be 9th position in the space of 3 corners.
They're surfing P6. P6. What a cracking start.
So LMW 3.3 seconds back off the leader. Noza 1.5 seconds back off 2nd place, followed by Gaiataz, Banjo, and then there's it's 9.5 seconds between 4th and 5th place. So the 4 front guys are stretching their legs and moving away from the rest of the field while they battle away. There has been some battling.
Yeah, it's been ebbing and flowing, and just got to stay in the groove around here because, like we've seen with Mr. Sipex there, if you lose that momentum, you can really fall back a number of places in a couple of corners. Gnoza now right on the back of LMW in the battle for P2, and the Bentleys applying the pressure. This is going to be costing LMW a lap time because he might be going a bit more defensive, trying to get a bit more corner exits rather than just flowing it like he wants. 4.7 seconds off the lead. It could be a mistake there for the Ferrari driver somewhere.
I'm just looking at Kool-Aid, having a good look at Jay Jones in the Ferrari. The Kool-Aid in the Ferrari looking very tasty at the moment. Jay Jones not having the best of battles, the best of it at the moment. Just he's making up places, but only by other people's mistakes. But that Ferrari looks like he wants that 8th place.
So just keeping an eye up front. LMW, after some good early pace in qualifying and that, starting to struggle in the fight with McNosser. McNosser, remember, pulling out that lap right at the death of qualifying along with his Bentley teammate, and putting themselves right at the sharp end of this race with 43 minutes to go. 24 degrees track temperature, fast conditions here. We're not at optimum. That might be catching a few of them out at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's sort of that little sniff there from Nozza's got LMW's ears pricked up, so he looks like he's got the hammer down again, and we'll see what see whether he can pull away. But Nozza closed right up in him on that penultimate corner.
Up front,
into this awful last corner. I hate it.
Trig is just so comfortable, isn't he? When he's got a clear road ahead of him.
Yeah.
It looks like he's not even pushing that hard. Just so smooth.
I wonder what that's like.
Currently best lap time at 24.5 for the race leader. Last time out at 24.8. 12 laps in at 10:23 in the morning.
That's almost quali pace.
I know.
LMW just going a little bit wide, coming out of turn 4 onto the Cooper straight, allowing Nozza to close back up on him. See who's got the drive coming out onto Pilgrim's drop. Same as they were. Bentley does look a bit more comfortable, sort of race pace than the Ferrari does, that's for certain.
Yeah, a bit more consistent it seems like. That Ferrari looks good when it's hooked up, but she can't take a beating like that Ferrari. The Ferrari is a bit too finely tuned, a bit too highly strung. Whereas the Bentley, you can use and abuse it.
You can use a lot more of the curbs, can't you? You can see that there. He's got a lot of the curbs, able to still get it turned into that final start and finish. It's not even a straight, is it? It's a curve. So these two battling away, that's allowing Trigger to extend his lead to nearly 5 seconds. So further down the track, what do we have? We have Surfless currently sitting in 6th place with Sarosa back up into, well, he's back up into 7th place, so he's got past Jay Jones, who still has Kool-Aid for company, and Mr. Sipex back down in, oh no, sorry, it was Sipex who's as we go on with him, he's almost into the gravel.
Until I send it up the inside, he's off the circuit. He's on the gravel. He's lost the position. It's the thing at this circuit, you can't just send it. It's just lost the place.
Kool-Aid very close. This is the closest he's been on the straight. Does he get the draft? Down the hill into Sheen curves. No. Little dab on the brakes. Down a gear. Turn it in. Down again. Another gear. Early on the power. As early as you dare. Then up across blind crests. They going a little wider than loses a couple of car lengths, allowing Sipex just to close up. And he's got Ginger Gio, who's snuck up there into 11th place, picking up the pieces.
Yeah, good opportunity here today for the Hondas. I think there should be a track that would suit them. A well-balanced car. We've also got Huhuku going on the attack almost on physics.
Jay Jones still fending off Kool-Aid. It's now in a few. Ooh, Kool-Aid goes deep into the corner off the Cooper straight. So James gets the power down, gets away, and maintains that gap. So he's hanging on to.
One man who's having a bit of a sort of lonely race at this point. Is Banjo, he's got 14 seconds clear ahead of him, 5 behind him, and just in his little pocket at the minute.
He'd be happy with that. We've got a battle there for 6th place with Surplus and Sarosa. No, it was Sarosa that went wide, wasn't it, and lost some places.
Kool-Aid's
so he's picked those places up, hasn't he? So
yes, Kool-Aid's got a good exit out the final corner. He pulled out the draft a bit too early there, but he's going to try to go a bit deeper on the brakes. And,
early on the power, up into the hairpin. Will he take him? Not going to go around the outside there, that's for sure. While these two battle, that allows Sipex to move up. Now 3 of them all within about 5 car lengths of each other. Kool-Aid, one of our American compatriots. Oh!
Big contact there. That was unfortunate. Just thought he hesitated.
That was so unfortunate. He just lost the back end as he put the power on a little bit too early. Just started to spin the back wheels up, and just lost the back end, allowing or causing. Oh dear! I think we'll have to go back and have another look at that.
It's Kool-Aid, and who else got caught up in that? He's off again. Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you left some damage there. He got caught on the front and the back. Well, let's go and have a look at. Have a replay of that. That was certainly worth a replay.
Oh, someone's got Physics. Physics is in the barrier as well. Physics has gone around in this end. GTR. Spinala.
Ready? So ready with the replay. So if we're on screen, let's have a look. Kool-Aid going in there. Having a look on the, try and have a look on the inside. Thought I've got it here, so I'll get some power down. Got a squirrel on, and unfortunately, just losing momentum through no fault of his own. Got collected by, I think, by Sipex, and then the car behind joins in. Just one of those unfortunate racing incidents, in my opinion.
And the boxes lap Ginger Geo, Kool-Aid. Don't know if you want to have a look at as well Physics. What happened there? I think it might have been on his own. He was close, I think, to Huhuko. Gap at the front now, 6.1 seconds, then a further 2.7 to McNossa. Gaita 6.83 up the road. And we've got a big step to Banjo, Surplus 5 seconds up the road. Sarosa, Jay Jones, Bodonai, Sipex, your top 10. Then Huhuku in a battle with Angry Mantella and Mr. Migran here. And 3 different cars, 3 different strengths and weaknesses. The Lexus just getting it a little bit wrong here. And Angry Mantella, he's driving angry today.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, up.
I was just going to say, I was going to look at the Physics, but I got that laggy thing where all the cars start and drift all over the track. So unfortunately, we won't get the replay of Physics' crash.
Never mind. I'm sure he doesn't want to see it again anyway.
I'm sure he doesn't. We do, but he doesn't. So do we have any on track at the moment? So Angry Mentel, we've got a bit of a train in the middle there. Sipex, Huku.
I mean, it's a shame for Mantella because he looks so good as Huku goes off the road, just brings it back on behind Mantella. Mantella's looks super quick, but super inconsistent at the same time.
Yeah.
Lining up moves at the wrong moment and just driving a bit hot-headed, I'd say, at the minute.
Yeah, I'm just not reading the races. He's just not reading the guys in front. If he is that quick, then should be just giving the guys a little bit of space, or go down the inside.
He's just in that vicious cycle as well. Maybe a few moments early on, starting to overdrive the car, pushing a bit too hard at the wrong moments, and it can easily snowball from there, which it seems to have done so. We now have 15th down. all have boxed, cleared their mandatory stop, so they will go to the end. So it'll be interesting to see where they feed back into the pecking order. And it'll be interesting to see who's going to come into the pits, who's fueled up for half race distance. Expect these lot though, Al, to go quite deep into the race here, don't you?
Yeah, I think they've learned now is that you race full distance because it's just not worth you coming in and losing 15 seconds. You fuel up for the whole race. You come in for a one litre splash and dash, minimise the length of pit stop because you're not going to make up 15 seconds by having half a tank of fuel.
Yeah, maybe it's different if you're like really stuck behind someone and you can see yourself losing 5-6 tenths a lap, potentially doing it. But but that would be a push even itself.
Yeah, and with that strategy, you can come in at any time. So if you know, because you're fueled up for the whole race, you just come in at any time. So yeah, if you're stuck in a train and you think you're being held up, you jump into the pits and hopefully you come out in an area where you can do some damage.
Hopefully not literally either.
Well, yeah. So yeah, someone said in the comments. Sorry, someone said in the comments there that maybe some of the drivers have sort of gone in with a partial wet setup, expecting rain. So they've got dry tyres on a sort of partial wet setup, just in case it rains. But unfortunately, at the moment, it doesn't look like there is going to be any rain. We've got 32 minutes left on the clock, and the weather forecast for 30 minutes. There's no rain.
So, Al, what would that do to the car's handling characteristics if you do go for a sort of like a bit more of a mix setup? What will that do?
The car's going to be more rolly, isn't it? You set up for more grip, so you have more roll on the car. So it gives it so that it allows the car weight to then transfer into the tyres. Whereas on a dry tyre, you want it hard. You know, want it basically set up as hard as you can, because and allow the full grip of the tyres. That's how I see it. I personally don't set the car up. I use somebody else's setup. But that's just from what I know, is that for a wetter setup, I'm sure somebody in with the chat will put me right on that. You just have a slightly sort of, the car will roll, the body will roll more, so it rolls onto the tyres more, so you get more grip. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, it's maybe a bit softer on the anti-rolls and that. Yeah, just so it's a bit more kinder.
Yeah.
And, a bit softer and put the power down. Maybe the preload and a few bits and bobs like that. Potentially the ride height, maybe a bit more wang on the back of the car.
Yeah, I must admit, that's something I've been playing with as well. Just personally, I used to change the anti-roll bars to get more front end grip and that. Yeah. But after reading a little article, I'll change something else now. I'm not going to tell you what I changed. It's like if you want the slow corners or the fast corners. The fast corners, if you're losing, it's not turning in, then you reduce the rear wing. And on the slower corners, if you're not getting the turning on the slower corners, you lift the rear end up. And that's how, and it's worked pretty well in the wet for the wet setups.
Keep pushing.
So, just a little professional tip there.
Coach Al, live and direct here on BoATV.
You heard it here first.
Half race mark and 25 degrees track temperature now. Still fast race conditions. And it's Trigger who leads the way, 8.8 seconds. Can anyone stop this man other than himself at this point in the race? LMW there, supposed to challenger. Magnosso keeping him honest for second place. Gaitaz a bit out the running here, 9.2 down the road. And then Banjo has Surfless. Is that Surfless behind him? No.
Surfless. I think it must be a back marker. I think Surfless is, Surfless is 6 seconds back down the track.
Quite excited. I never get anything.
We had a bit of racing.
Yeah. I thought they were still racing after the checkered flag yesterday.
Yeah, no, that was.
I completely,
just got so enthralled in the racing. He's just like, it's taking him a second. Oh no, it's finished the race. Yeah, we should have a outtakes. Yeah, Landrew's in the chat cheering on his brother Banjo. No idea where these come from. Obviously, Landrew's is pretty obvious, but Banjo. Stringing us along.
Right, Taz in the box, one of the first of the front cars to come and serve himself in pit lane.
So what have we got on track at the moment? We have Sir Rosa. Oh, my racist dog wants to go out. Oh.
Okay, that is a definite left field thing. The poor dog, he doesn't know what's hit him. But yes.
I will do.
27 laps, 27 minutes to go. Excuse me, I'm losing the plot. Yes, no mercy this season for Trig. Trig has come out like a bat out of hell. He had it grabbed from him at the death. And he's come out with a flying kick this season. Now 10 seconds at the front of the order. Unrelenting pace for car number 584.
Incredible.
Wow.
What lap times he's doing?
Has rejoined just ahead of a certain Mantella, who's been a bit angry today. And it's Ferrari on Ferrari. Friendly fire.
24.3 is just Trigger's quickest. The pole time was 24.1. That's what I was saying about the amount of fuel on the car. Doesn't really have that much effect on the lap times. It should do, but I don't think the physics allow for that. 100 litres, 100 kilograms of fuel that you put in the car initially. That should be at least a second slower, if not more.
Yeah, that's something I'd love to see on the Xbox anyway. Can you? Yeah, can you put success ballast on the PC, Alf?
Yes. Yeah, because I know we were in a race on PC, and we were racing a BMW, and they I think it was the more cars of one race series they put a ballast on that car. So for instance, a lot of people were racing the BMW, so they put a 20 kilogram ballast. So they're putting 20 kilograms ballast, expecting that to make a difference.
Clearly not.
So whether it does or not, I don't know. But you put 100 kilograms in a one of these cars, and it doesn't make a great deal of difference to the lap times. I know that there is more rubber on the track, but the track conditions are fast, as it was in practice, as
Optimum
qualifying.
now.
But they're in optimum, so are we in optimum now? Are we?
Yeah, just crept there. Just
we are, yeah.
Mm.
This is where we need a downpour of rain. Oh, Trigger just going wide there, just some, as we were saying that. But,
we just need to burst water main down at the bottom of Paddock Hill or somewhere.
that'd be nice.
Yeah. So this is the calm before the storm. We've had half the field box, the other half is staying out. Surplus is in the box. He's going to be pitting here from P6 he was before Gaitaz came in to service his car. Gaitaz on the charge once again in between Huku and Mr. Sipex. But yeah, good race from Surf so far.
You're all very stringed out now. So the only race on circuit at the moment is between the two Audis. In currently 7th and 8th position. Obviously they've yet to pit, so there's McNozzer into the pits from 3rd position. So that's one of the top 3 now into the pits with 24 minutes to go. How long has he stopped for?
Trig will be lapping soon. We've got Mr. Physics up ahead. How's he looking?
He's stationary for quite some time there.
Maybe a tyre adjustment? What do you think?
don't know if he's
Or
changing
damage.
tyres, then he's going to put himself out of the race.
We'll see.
And he's dropped, so whether he was fueling up, whether he's gone half and half, I think that's half and half fuel he's gone for. So yeah, that'd be interesting to see where he actually comes out in the pits. I have to keep an eye on the other top runners, the likes of Banjo now up into 3rd place on the road with Gaetaz. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on Trigger, see how long he's actually stationary for.
So we've had Magnossa, Gaetaz, some of the lead cars box, but the main important one is car number 584, excuse me. So LMW, car number 985 will pick up the race lead, and Trigger's done that just as he was approaching 6 seconds, yeah?
Yeah, 6 seconds. That's 10-second difference.
Yeah, smart move there from Trig. He was coming up to Physics and Co. and would have put himself potentially in harm's way. Comes back out on the circuit here with a clear track ahead of him. Yeah, Magnossa's got jumped by Gaetaz, hasn't he? Magnossa is...
that's what I'm saying. He's not done his pit stop. He's gone half and half fuel, and it just doesn't pay off. The weight thing just doesn't. The amount of time you lose in the pits. So yeah, he'll have dropped back to 4th place. Haruku pits from 9th place, but I think he's going to be well down the leaderboard when he comes out. And currently those that have pitted, we have Trigger, Gaetaz, Magnossa, Surfless are your top 4 runners on track who have pitted. LMW still out there, not pitted as yet. But,
Magnossa eager beaver here. He knows he needs to get it done soon, or he's going to be well out of sorts.
Gaetaz has McNosa all over the back of him. So McNosa was ahead of him before the pit stops. After the pit stop, he's come out right behind him. So we may be seeing an overtake at Brands Hatch.
McNossa just looks so confident for that final corner there.
Got good drive coming out there, didn't he? You can see him closing and closing and closing. It's not the easiest place to overtake, that's for sure. Taking lots of curve on that inside. This is the place where you usually see an overtake manoeuvre, but he's gone very defensive. Gaetaz went very defensive, very early. He's got to try and say, oh, he's gone wide, he's got him. That's it, that's the move. There's the pressure pays off. So yeah, this battle, as Luke's just pointed out, is playing into Banjo's hands while these two battled away, but McNossa's got the job done and he's away. So he is now currently some distance behind Trigger, who's just come through turn 1, and McNossa is halfway around the track through Dingledale, so he's half a lap down on the race leader.
Big run is closing up on the back of Gio in the battle for P14. We'll see where that shakes out when the Romanian guys come in for a pit stop. But the Lexus looks to be quite pacey at this stage in the race. Gio though, trying to hold on in the NSX. Still LMW to box, as well as Banjo, Sorosa, Boundonai, Zipex and Physics. 20 minutes to go, or 18:50 to be precise.
So LMW into the pits for his one and only pit stop. Let's see how long he's stationary for. This could be him securing his second position in his first race in Pro, promoted from Pro-Am. This race, he's raced 2 races in Pro-Am. Was obviously up at the top. Still stationary, and he's dropped, and he's away. So he's about the same sort of time as Trigger, so that will bring him out into second place. Where's McNozza? Still coming around this penultimate corner. So yeah, he's well out in second place. So it will be now down to Banjo. What can he do? Can he make that count? He was something like about 15 seconds back, so he could make a fair bit of time in getting into that battle. But
yeah, expect him to make some inroads after that little battle there. It's not really worked out too well for McNozza. He's lost time in the box. He's lost time on circuit. And meanwhile, Banjo just carried on playing the banjo, pushing hard. Migran. Oh, Migran. He's off on the grass, getting a bit too close there on the apex. Just missed his line into the corner, or a breaking point. And yeah, robbed of a battle there. That was gearing up to be a great little scrap between the Honda and the Lexus. Migran will have to build once again. Little Mon as well, closing in on Galea, I think that is up ahead of him. Approaches the last quarter of an hour of racing, and some of these guys have left it very late in the race to make the latest splash and dash. Chris Metcalf in the chat saying sorry late joining. Has the Pro been dry for quality in all the race, Al?
it certainly has. Yeah, we was expecting a bit of changeable weather, but it's not occurred. It's typical British weather. You know, you ask for a bit of rain, get that grass watered, but nothing.
Yeah,
So,
Al clearly packed his umbrella today, and it decided not to rain.
Bought me raincoat and everything, mate, and me wellies.
That's why it's so dry.
Yeah.
Don't bring any of the above, and yeah, you'll get them on soon.
Come out of me mankini, and it would, it'll all turn to wrap.
And if you want to see the BoA calendar with Al and his mankini, just donate below, and you'll get that 2022 calendar delivered to you, all for a good cause.
Something to give to your mother-in-law. Ooh, Banjo! Just watching Banjo coming around the penultimate corner, just getting a bit leery, sliding that Ferrari. No, sorry, it's not a Ferrari. He's in the McLaren, isn't he? Sliding the McLaren around the last corner. He has LMW right behind him, but on track. But obviously Banjo yet to do his mandatory pit stop, where they have to refuel but no tyres. So it's one tyre fits all for the whole race. They will do an hour's racing. But, yeah, you want to change your tyres, you're going to lose 30 seconds in the pit stop, whereas the other guys who are just doing a quick splash and dash, they're taking between 6 and 8 seconds to do a pit stop. So yeah, you do the maths, guys.
Yeah, it's all about the strategy, and you know, not too difficult to look after your tyres in a race like this when you've got very respectable track conditions. You're not abusing the tyres too much, like we saw in Barcelona, for instance. And yeah, the temps are in a good, manageable state.
So you're Banjo, right? You've got position on track, but you haven't pitted, right? Do you just let the guy through?
No way.
Or do you defend?
No way. Because what if LMW spins on the last lap? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not going to make it easy for him, but you're not going to, start weaving
Yeah, you're not
around
going to be
anything.
stupid.
No.
Yeah.
You're going to make the car as wide as possible.
That's right. You just stick to your racing line. I think it's going to it's going to make a move going up into the.
And remember, LMW is a new guy on this grid. Okay, Banjo's going to want to say, right, you're the new guy here. This is my, this is my division. This is my turf, all right? It's a bit of a turf war. He's going to go up the inside, though. LMW
that was
saying,
a big move, wasn't it?
Going to have that. Have that, lad.
Yep. So now is it time for Banjo to come in and do his pit stop. We've got just under 13 minutes left racing. Trigger out in the lead. 25 seconds.
Wow.
Didn't see that coming, to be honest. Not after qualifying. Really didn't see that coming.
It's going to be one hell of an ending if anything's going to change up front. But Banjo, let's see where
feelings.
It all shakes out. Okay, Al, you need to get a room if you've got some fuzzy feelings. All right. Don't know what's going on there. You are in your room, that's the problem. And talking to me. But here we go. 12 minutes on the clock. 33 laps deep. Trig, winner of round 1. Round 2, and potentially round 3. Banjo getting on the gravel a little bit, pushing hard. What battles you seeing out there at the minute, Al?
Oh, there isn't any, to be honest. Well, the closest thing we've got is for 17th position with Galea and Littlemon. That's the closest battle on track at the moment. Galea, one of the original members of BoA, right back in the early days, way back in 2020. If people don't know where BoA comes from, bunch of amateurs started by Diamond, BOA Diamond, who Diamond Geezer, he was known back in the days in PC2, Project Cars 2 racing, all sorts of things from, oh God, what do we race? Everything and anything on Project Cars 2. Yeah, everything. GT5s, we love a GT5 race around here. Didn't race the full circuit on there, it was a short circuit there. Touring cars, old cars. I remember doing an old car race in an escort round. Oh God, where was we down? Monaco. Let's do that race. Oh dear. So yeah, 2020 lockdown. People taking up sim racing. Some of us stayed. Some of us have spent a lot of money.
So we've got a battle on track at the sharp end of the grid, and it's the battle for P3, maybe not at the end of the race, but on circuit. Banjo and Sarosa very close together now. It looks like Banjo has had a bit of an issue somewhere, because he's dropped now 6 seconds behind LMW somewhere along the way. He was hanging on within about a 1 second margin of the Ferrari, but this is music to the ears of car number 900, and you can see some good points up ahead of him.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to be, these guys are obviously, I think it's going to be, where are we going to be? These guys are going to come out in probably fifth place. I think McNosa is sort of catching these two guys on track. He's on the same piece of circuit as them. So
yeah, Surfer's around the P6. Be close.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting when these guys come back out. You know, is this now the time that Sarosa thinks, right, okay, it's Banjo, they've got 9.5 minutes left. One of them's going to have to dive into the note, both of them past the pits, so yeah, so I think it's going to be down to who has the best pit stop out of these two to take, I believe is going to be 6th place, possibly
going to be a big stare down. Who blinks first?
I think it's a battle for 5th place, this one.
So the Honda NSX currently in 6th, will come into the box, car number 272. That leaves another 3 cars to service themselves. Sipex will go through as well.
Yeah, someone's just given a good shout out there. Prawn Star up in 11th place at the moment with those in front of him. Pit's in yet to pit, so he's looking at a potential top 10 finish here from starting 19th on the grid.
Yeah, caught up with some early incident as well. He was well off the back of the grid to the tune of 5 or so seconds. So we'll see if he can mount a charge late on. Sipex currently sitting P7. So we'll see where it's all going to shake out in the final 8 minutes here of Brands Hatch. This is round 3 of this 7-round championship. Trigger has won and led pretty much every lap of this series so far. We thought LMW could lay down the gauntlet today. It showed the pace in qualifying. It hasn't transferred into race pace here today, but we've got some epic races coming up, none other than the next round as well, when we head to the mountain of Bathurst, Mount Panorama, and that one is going to really separate the men from the boys.
Sarosa's in the pits. Let's just keep an eye on how long he is stationary for. He's dropped and away. So about 7 or 8 seconds he was stationary for. So Sipex is now in the pits as Sarosa leaves. So just Banjo to pop himself into the pits.
We've gone off somewhere.
We've got a battle. We've got Angry Mantella, Ginger Geo and Migron for 12th position.
Magnossa approaching. Banjo yet to stop. Remember, the only car on the circuit currently, who's yet to come into pit lane. Magnossa having a good race. I think he started 3rd. Looks to finish 3rd as the final car now comes into pit lane.
Yeah, he's my call for the day. I had him down for a win, but these front 2 guys didn't tangle, didn't play into his hands, and he's kept his nose clean.
Here we go. 6 minutes to go. 37 laps deep. Trig. I mean, we might as well not be in the race. We haven't seen him. We saw him at lap 1. We saw him when he come into the box. We saw him lap someone, but that's all you're going to see with him.
Right, that's Banjo's just coming. Sorry to jump on you there. Banjo's out of the pits. So where is Surfless? Surfless is just coming around the pit straight. Banjo is back out on track, so he has made that pit stop. He is, he's probably got about a 3-second, maybe a 4-second lead over Surfless. So it was all done in the pit stop. So we now have everybody pitted, and we now have a grid position, a race position. Trigger, LMW, Magnossa, Gaiataz, Banjo, Surfless, Sarosa, J Jones, Bowden, Mr. Sipex is your top 10. So Prawn, unless he can close down a 1.8 second gap on Sipex, he is staying in the 11th position. So he's making a bit of a fist of it.
So a good couple of scraps.
Position.
Battle for P16, Galay and Huhuku. And a good little scrap. And also let's keep an eye on the battle of P6 between Big Surf, having a great race today, and Sarosa, who's been really flourishing.
Littlemon all over the back. Littlemon's just made a move on Huhoko. Just got the got it spun up into out of Druid's hairpin. Oh, I'll have a little tap. Just got it. No, don't do that. Don't do that, guys. You've got plenty of track there. Oh, Huhoko goes deep, allowing Littlemon to move up. He tries to come back on, gets a nudge, or nudges himself really off the track. So Sarosa now right on the back of Surfless. Now that is our big race battle at the moment for 6th place. So Surfless having the race of his season so far, up in 6th position, sorry. And he's battling Sarosa, who looks like he's got the bit between his teeth.
He really has, and you're going to risk it for the biscuit at this late stage. That's a good couple of points advantage there if you can sneak past this Lexus, but this Lexus is going to hang on dearly after a poor and dismal start to the season. He wants to really bank these if he can. 3 minutes 30 seconds remains. We've got a couple of laps of racing remaining. Trigger pulling out all the stops. He's done it in qualifying. He got off to a blinding start. He's played the strategy card right and pulled out an even bigger gap at the front of the order. LMW though looks like a great addition to the Pro Series. McNosser having a great time out there. Gaitaz a lot more consistent out there today. Banjo, good race from Banjo up in P5s. Surplus though, one of the standout names today. Let's hope he can bring it home.
Oh, Surplus has gone deep into Druid's hairpin, allowing Sarosa through. That was almost like you can have that. I'm sure it wasn't.
I've got to shut up, man. Oh, God. Oh, I always say it at the wrong time.
So Sipex is now in 10th place, but he has got company. He's got company in the likes of Prawn and Ginger Geo. So we are on the penultimate lap, and we have a three-way battle for that final top 10 finish.
So the back end of that Audi does not look comfortable whatsoever. Sipex is slipping, he's sliding, he's dancing around the back end of that Audi, the V10, roaring him on around Brands Hatch, going deep into the corner. Geo.
Ginger Geo, that looks like Ginger Geo's race is done there, but Prawn gets a great drive out of that corner. Right on the back of Sipex. Sipex goes to the inside line. I don't understand why they do that. Don't understand why you go defensive into a corner like that.
Hold the middle of the road.
Yeah.
You
hold your race in line. Let them go down the inside of you. You know, don't. Goodness me.
31 seconds the lead at the minute.
Oh, that's Sipex just gone wide on the grass. So Prawn, is he going to go down the inside? We're coming down into the final corner for the penultimate time. And Ginger Geo joins the fun again. Who gets the drive? Oh, Ginger Geo gets good drive out of that corner. Is he going to take 11th place off of Prawn? Ooh.
Fancies it. I'm going to line this one up here. Going to get good purchase out the corner, but Sipex
gets
ahead of us as well.
Slide. He had a big slide on. So Prawn round the outside at Druids.
Here comes the NSX.
Oh, we've now got also Angry Mandela's come to join the party. We've now got 4 cars vying for that top 10 position. It could be anybody's. One little touch and top 3. The first 3 are going to be. Oh, they're just.
Oh, going wide.
Little Mon's up into 12th place. Oh, we've got Prawn's right on the back. Right on the back, so he's going to sit behind him. He's going to go out wide.
Well, it looks like it's going to be the final lap for that man, Trigger. He's won round 1, round 2, and it looks to be a hat-trick of wins in season 5. Is he going to get another lap?
Little Mon giving giving Prawn a little tap.
Trigger wins.
The leaders have just finished the lap, finished the race, so that's Trigger. Finished the race. We've now got 5 cars, 5 for that top 10 finish, and Sipex is holding them all off. Ginger Geo looking around the outside of Little Mon. So is it going to be a drive to off? I've lost a race out of this corner before. Get a poor drive, but it looks like Sipex has got the job done. Cracking race. Look at that, 5 cars. Oh.
Well done, lads. Well done.
Big off there. Big off there from is that Ginger Geo? No, Migron. No.
So your finishing order: Trigger, LMW, McNosser. Then we've got Gaitaz just rounding things up. Looks like he's going to come home in the diamond spot here for the Brands Hatch series.
The diamond
league. Banjo is going to come home P5.
Oh, guess
wait,
this is sliding. He's had that car sliding every corner. I'm surprised he's got any rubber left on those rear tyres.
Oh, I'm not even watching the end of the race here. Sorry.
So, Banjo coming across the line, finishing 5th place. And which is Shiki is very happy with Serosa. He managed to hold Serosa, and Surplus is finishing in 7th position. So that is your finish. Cracking race to finish there. A great little battle at the end there. So Trigger, your race leader, takes his 3rd win of the season. There's only been 3 races. He's also been 3rd pole position as well. So LMW, new to pro, takes 2nd place. Nozza in 3rd place. So that is your 1, 2, 3. That's your podium, gents.
Right, we're calling in Surf Jensen, and do you know what? We'll go with Kool-Aid. Yeah.
So here we go. I'll get the
Surplus joins us in the chat room. So Surplus managing to keep it on track for the track. How was your race, sir?
Good evening, sirs. Well, my race went very well. Finally, decent result.
Yeah, just a little battle there at the end there with Serosa, just missing out on a top 6 finish. But yeah, very good race.
I just kind of let him go because I thought his pace was more better than mine, and Banjo was only 3.5 seconds up. So I thought maybe he could do something about that. So I kind of let him go. And it's still the same team, so still the same points.
Of course,
so
yeah, good point. Yes, we do have a team race as well as a constructors champion, well as a individual racer. Yeah, a team player there.
That was very nice.
So who else did we got? Kool-Aid.
We've got Kool-Aid, who's on the opposite end of the tables tonight, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, what happened, Kool-Aid? You're having a nice little battle there in mid-race.
I'm actually just loading the replay to figure out why.
Why?
Because I have no clue. I was making, I don't want to say necessarily making a move on Jones, but, you know, going up his inside, coming out of, I think it was turn 6, I think, out of that left-hander right before the long straight. And all of a sudden, I'm in the wall, like out of nowhere. I don't even know what
No, you lost the back end. We was watching it. On screen.
We've got replay as well.
You seem to have got too much power out, and you got a bit of a wriggle on. But obviously, the guy behind you had no time to react, and he collected you, and then somebody else collected you on the way through. So, no, I don't think it was any fault of anybody's own, apart from looks like just a little bit too much right foot.
Yeah, I was confused.
That's not what Kool-Aid wanted to hear.
20 minutes up.
Yeah, I'll plead the 5th on that.
Watch it back and then come and tell us what you think. But yeah, remember I was watching it. I was actually watching it as it happened. I was like, whoa, no.
Yeah. Because I felt like I could have saved it, and then like all of a sudden I didn't even know anybody hit me. All of a sudden it's like right as I felt like I was about to get grip again, everything went spinning, and then it was 55 seconds worth of damage.
Yeah,
I didn't even take tires.
The back went to the right, and then it snapped left, and then bang. Because the guy he got the drive, but it was So,
I got a question.
Yeah,
I got a question for Jensen.
Just clipping.
How gutted was you that it didn't rain?
Majorly gutted, because literally every time I've joined the server, it's been some sort of wet, and like, even if I've been the only one joined or left it and then joined again, it's always been wet, and then it's dry, and the dry
it's
setup,
always the way with pro.
Yeah, I know. The dry setup I had, I hadn't touched it for a year or so, or whenever we last raced here. So
see, Luke called it.
And send it.
Luke called it. He said that you'd run in a wet setup.
But there was just, whatever.
You know, I noticed too is between
next race
practice and the rest of it, I could not, like, I was hitting low 24s in free practice, could not get below a 26 in the race or the qualifying. Like
someone said the track was green in quali.
It was.
Yeah, I could just not.
I think it went from fast to green, then it went to fast again.
It changed about.
It was optimum in the race, though. So
it went to optimum. It went from fast, and then midway through the race, it went to optimum.
Ah, okay.
Obviously,
So
it's
I only
track
checked
rubber.
midway the race.
Yeah.
But no, it was really good, great watching you. All of you were involved in great battles. Sorry, didn't call any more in, but I've not spoken to anyone else. Started inviting people who don't speak English and that lot. But no, it's been a great race. Weekend's racing once again. He's American.
Yeah, I know, that was a joke.
There's one of them here. Shh. They'll set Trump on us.
Oh no!
Or worse, Biden.
Build a wall round us.
Worse.
Joe Biden.
Yay. Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a great race, weekend's racing once again. So thank you to all the commentators who joined in with the media group. It's great what a little community. One drops out and we've always got another one. So especially on Xbox, it's been great weekends racing. We're back tomorrow night with Brands Hatch with the PC boys. So let's see what they can bring out. It's been quite flat there.
Big out for the win.
Yeah. Let's hope for wet weather then, because that's the only way that's happening.
If nobody else turns up, that's the only other way it's happening.
Well, hopefully, I think Rick's making a return, so I think he's feeling a lot more confident with ACC. He's been teaching himself new techniques and that lot, so hopefully we'll have him back out there tomorrow night as well. Tuesday, we have the other big one, Euro League, followed by Intercontinental League, which is the actual big league. So yeah, but thank you very much, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow night from 8 o'clock at Brands Hatch once again with me and CRS Dizzy. So yeah, press that like button before you go. Thank you very much, guys. Been great, and we'll see you all tomorrow night. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.